Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome. Hi, Neens.
Hey, C. Welcome back to Walled Off, people.
How was your day?
It was good. Went to the office, got in a bunch of new Nova strike-offs, which I shared on like the Nova Instagram and everything. And then also on my TikTok at Nina Petrus, I am very casual and I just like always talk about Nova stuff and we'll share just like clips throughout my day. So
Wait, I
behind the
need to
scene,
get on TikTok just to follow that.
yeah, because I'm very much just like Instagram's a little bit more like curated,
Yeah.
but on TikTok it's way more just like I'm doing this right now and da 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 and like a train of thought. It's more
hmm
podcasty. I feel like you would like it more, but it's also,
Yeah.
I mean, it's also like could be like very Gen Z, which is fine.
I think there's good and bad with it. I like have stayed off of it for so long because it's like I don't need one more social media mental health crisis for myself. But I feel like I'm missing out on that part of it.
Well, you just log into the walled off one. We've
Yeah.
talked about this.
I need to do that. I'm gonna do that today,
Yeah,
honestly.
you do that and then you'll be able to creep on me.
Okay, perfect.
And then when I'm talking to people on there, it can also be you. Because I feel like it's like
Yeah.
very much like my POV of like things I'm reposting and stuff. And it's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my gosh. But no, we got in like the new vine patterns. I'm going to call it ethereal foliage.
I'm obsessed.
I'm sticking
Are
with
you?
like the
Sorry, go
minis.
on. The
No, you're
minis.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then are you maybe putting that in the house that was potentially seeking that out? The bar?
I don't know if they still want it. They gave me some feedback of like different vibe that they were going for, so I'm also trying to like expand my whole collection more. So this
Uh-huh.
is just one of them. I just like knew I only had the bandwidth to put out one pattern right now. Does
Yeah.
that make sense? Like
I think
putting
that
out a
was
whole
smart.
collection, it's so much work.
It's so
And I'm
much
also
work.
like feeling it out and like, it's just I think I want it to like evolve over
Yeah.
time type thing.
When I saw it
Um
today though, I was like, that's you're finding your voice was what popped into my head.
yes,
Right?
I feel the same way. And I'm just like obsessed with the colors and everything.
And the shimmery was genius.
The
I
shimmery paper.
I
Yeah,
think you needed a little of that pearlescent, like
I
to go
know.
with
I
the
want to add
vibe.
like metallic too, like
Yeah.
golds and silvers and things, but like mix it with like kind of that like traditional look. I don't know. I
hmm
like a little glammy. I
I
do.
know. I think and it's coming back in its own way. It never really
Absolutely.
leaves. It's just about who and where to pitch it to.
Yeah. But glam was also like you have to approach it with like a good character, or else like you
Yeah,
will literally, it will be like hideous. It can go so
true,
hideous so quickly. So,
true, 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 true.
but yeah, that's what I did today. What about you?
Nice. We had a mega storm last night for the first time in
Wait, what?
like
In
9
California?
months. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like thunder and lightning, but big rainstorm, and I couldn't sleep because I have PTSD from when my house flooded. Do you remember that? Did I tell you about that?
Yes, yeah, where you literally woke up in the morning and there was like
Yeah,
4
the whole
inches of water
yeah, and the
in
whole
your home.
house.
Yeah, the whole house.
And
And then
so
you saved the house. Like you
yeah,
actually manually saved the house.
yeah, my landlord should be paying me to live here, paying us to live here. Connor and I, like, literally saved the entire house because if you let the water sit, then it creeps up into the walls and the foundation, and, like, we had 12 hours basically to get all the water out.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that was a crazy story, but that happened in early 2024, and just for some perspective, like, LA can get, like sometimes Southern California can get, like, max 5 inches of rain a year. Like, that's how little rain sometimes they get. That day,
Oh.
we got 14 inches in 36 hours. So it was a really big deal, and then it happened to, like, clog up in the back of our house, and so it came through a window. It was a perfect storm. So it felt like almost like it was supposed to happen. It was spiritual. Um,
Mhm.
and then now I have PTSD because the rain like, I was even worried about doing the pod today. It stopped raining, but it's so loud because of our it's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's like the most beautiful sound ever, but, I can't sleep because that all happened in the middle of the night, the first time it happened. But also for perspective, we got an inch in the last 24 hours. So an inch is not gonna flood the house, whereas 14 inches like Bel Air, our area um had the most rain in the whole city, like the
Oh,
eye of the
wow.
storm. It was almost like a West Coast hurricane in a way when we
Okay.
got that. So I think we're fine, but I just can't sleep. So anyway, my point is couldn't sleep, had a rough morning, but then I shook myself out of it, went to a coffee shop and figured it out. And now we're here.
Sometimes a coffee shop can really just give you
I have
a
to
vibe.
like when Connor's home and like he's doing his thing because he works at night a lot. I'm like, I gotta get out of here, you know? So I've been doing that more and it's good.
Yeah, I like the vibe of a coffee shop too, especially if I'm in a funk. I'll, like, purposely, like, dress up, like, as it like,
Yes.
I just sometimes love to pretend like I'm in a rom-com, and I'll
Yes.
just, like, dress up and, like, go to a coffee shop. I never drink matcha. I'll order a matcha,
Yeah.
especially if I've
Just
already had
play
caffeine that day.
pretend. Just
Just go
play pretend.
like, play music in my ears and just be, like, working on something mysterious.
That's exactly what I was doing.
Yes, and then you're, like, a fun little character in there.
Yes.
I
And we
love
got a
it.
little signature on an LV order. We were like,
Oh, we got a
LFG.
we got a signature. Is that the biggest one you've done so
Ever
far?
gotten for sure. In the it
Oh
was
my
I
gosh, we're
know.
celebrating
I know.
this.
Celebrate just
Hell yeah.
yeah.
I was literally like happy dancing at my desk when I saw that.
Me too. I woke up and I was like, "Thank you, God.
I
I
mean,
love
what in the world?
you."
And
I
it was one of
know.
those too where they were like, they randomly reached out and they're like, we're ready to order. Like it
No, I
wasn't
was
like
like,
something that you were like having to hunt down and really work for. It was
yeah,
like this easy.
we sent that in early August, but I thought maybe like we won't hear from it for a year or it's too expensive for the job. So I just kind of like lost hope or I didn't get too attached to that. So
Sorry.
yeah, the way that it flew in, I was like,
Flew
destiny is
in.
real.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah, so
And we're
cheers.
gonna get so much more of those.
I know, exactly. We're locking in.
Oh, I
So
love it. I love it.
I love it. So, I mean, anything else before we dive into today's amazing fun topic?
Um, no,
Everything's related, but
it totally is. No, but let's just get into it
okay.
because this is interesting.
I'm very excited about this, guys.
I know. So, okay, wait, how did this even come up between
Okay.
me and you?
So maybe a week ago we were texting about something. I think you wanted to tell me about the book that you mentioned with Julian. What's it called?
Mhm.
Mystery or Mastering?
Mastery.
You were like, you should I think you were talking about that or something else that you just shared, and we were saying that we're gonna start just sharing things that pop up for us. Like you did the Matthew McConaughey thing. I sent you the
For
Mel Robbins thing.
mhm.
We've been doing that more. Um, and you sent me that and I was like, "Hey, I've also been thinking about starting this book, The Artist's Way. Have you ever heard of it?" And then you responded like, "OMFG. That yeah, this is crazy. We had another telepathy moment."
Yeah, it's like we always have weird synchronicities
Yeah.
like that, but sometimes when it comes to like these self-help type things,
Yeah.
like books or podcasts, whatever, I don't tend to do them until it's like being pushed down my throat. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I first found out about this book on TikTok, I believe, and I was just like
Mhm.
randomly scrolling. I follow these like spiritual, like creative people and but also like a lot of like self-help coaches and things like that. Like that
Mhm.
world can be a little iffy, but if I find someone I actually like, then I'll follow them. And someone was talking about this book, The Artist Way, and they described it as a book to like meet your shadow self, like very deep spiritual work. And I was like, next. Like I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. Like when you
I was
first heard it.
yeah, because I was like, "That sounds kind of terrible." Like, I actually don't wanna be sad, so I'm not gonna do that. Like, a
100%.
little avoidant there. Um, but when you texted me, it was probably the 7th time in a month that that book had, like, come up for me. Yeah, it was one of those where I was like, "Oh, this is interesting because I like a good
Mhm.
challenge, but, like, something about this book just, like it wasn't off-putting to me, but, like, there was, like my fear just, like, clammed up, and I was like, "I don't want anything to do with this." But when you texted me, it was, like, the 7th time in a month that
Oh,
I was like yeah, that I was, like, looking I know. I was, like, looking for a sign or looking for this, and, like, this thing just kept popping up, and so when you text me, I was like, "Heard, I'm done, I'll buy the book. I'll do the
sweet.
book."
Okay, I love that. I have a question. Do you have any resistance with the title of it being The Artist's Way? Were you like, "I'm not artist enough for this at all?" Or are you like are you in
Um,
tune that you have an inner artist and you wanna bring her out? Because I just wanna say that because I think some people might be off put by that.
that's fair. No, so growing up, I always did art. I excelled in
Yeah.
art classes. I was a dancer. I even did singing classes for a while. That wasn't my path, but like I've always explored this like artist part of me.
Yeah.
But I would say like towards the end of high school through college and like these last couple years, like I mean, these last 2 years I've like dabbled a little bit more. Like obviously I have a wallpaper line, but
Right.
I went from doing it, like, so much and it being, like, such a part of my life to now it's, like, I feel, like, very disconnected from that part of myself.
Okay, 100%. I'm on the same page. I wanted to just ask that because or bring that up first because I think this is a highly recommended thing for just any human. There's not like a
Mhm.
you have to be a painter or a wallpaper developer, like all the shit that we do. You don't have to do that. In the very beginning, it talks about this, like a lawyer, writers, um, just so many different people that can benefit from this. So I just wanted to put that out there now that don't be put off by the title if you don't think you're artist enough. That's not the point.
Yeah, like, that's why I mean, the first, like, chapter or, like, the first, like, intro helped me, like, kinda break that down, but
Yeah.
really what this book is, like, connecting to, um, your inner creative, and it's
Yeah,
essentially saying that every single person on this planet is inherently creative, like, that is, like,
exactly.
that, like, God energy, that creator energy that's, like, you plugging into the universe, like, that's that kind of energy, and what this book is saying is, like, read these chapters, go through these practices, and all of that to connect to that part of yourself,
Yep.
um, where you can access, like, abundant creation.
Yes. So exactly, like, I think creativity can be seen as so literal, like, you're creative of art and fine art and, all these things that you can see, but, like, I think of the person who's, like, in their job giving a presentation for, tech sales analysis, and they're able to, like, bring in a creative thought to the room that changes the whole deal or the job or the dinner that they're about to go to and the people they're gonna meet, like, that's also creation. So it's, like, from every walk of life and angle, like, we're creating all the time. And in the beginning, it gives, like, these basic principles that, like, break it down, and then that kinda opens up your mind to, like, "Oh, yeah, I am creation. I am creating always." And, the how blocked off are you from that, kind of,
Yeah. Yeah, and I think
disconnected.
I think the biggest part of my resistance with this is, like, knowing I have this, like, deep creative being within me, but in
Yeah.
these last couple years feeling so disconnected from that. So I feel like there was a little,
Mhm.
like, guilt and a little shame and a little judgment
Totally.
towards myself of being like, I'm literally in an artist field. I do create wallpaper, but I'm, like, barely scratching the surface of, like, my creative abilities, and I feel um, like, bad that I've, like, let that go in a way, and I think
Mhm.
there's also another aspect of, like, accessing this creative side of you, like, you're kind of getting in tune with, like, a messy part of you that I have resistance for. Like, I know how I'm gonna be on the other side of that, like, I want that, and I want access to that, but it's just yeah, I just had a lot of resistance because I kind of, like, knew it was, like, shadow work stuff, and then I knew I was felt guilty about, like, kind of, like, turning my back on my inner artist and all this stuff, so,
Mhm.
um, but you gave me the courage when I was like, "When if
Okay,
she's doing
good.
it, and then we can also talk about it on the podcast, then all of a sudden, this
I
is
think
now something bigger than me, and now it's, like, more motivating."
okay, genius, perfect. I think that us bringing this in here will, 1, keep us accountable to do it because it's a lot of work. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a lot of work.
it's a lot of work, like, the prompts that it gives you, the writing, the artist dates, like, all these things. So, there's that, and then, yeah, I mean, I would say that it's come up in my for some reason, ordered the book, like, probably 3 years ago. I can't remember who told me to or where that came up in my ether, and then Connor was in this, acting class of his that he was, like that really, uh, touched his life and his career artistically, for
Mhm.
a few years there, and that teacher brought it up, so then he started it. It was on the shelf, and he started it. Once he started it, all these weird synchronicities happened, like, in his career, it was nutty. It was really nutty, so then I took that in, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome, like, good for him." But I was starting to feel the same guilt and stuff as you of, like, I did art all of high school. I was an AP. I had a great portfolio. I was really torn on like, am I going to go to art school? Am I going to go to business school? And once I got to business school, I had an art minor, but like, it was like, I let all this stuff slide. I would like do random art projects like here and there. I'm
Same.
sure like
Yeah.
certain things you've seen. That's how my Louis Vega got developed for me doing some art on a porch at our beach house. And like, there'd be like a fraternity party and I would do a sign for it. And everyone knew like I could do art, but, like, the way that I've lost it, I'm, like, reading this first chapter, I'm like almost grieving that I've let that go that much. I'm like sad for myself. And I think that's part of
Yeah.
it. It warns you in the beginning, like you're going to feel all these things going through this stuff of reflection and the way you treat yourself and the way that you talk to yourself and then the way that you walk through the world. And I'm like mad. I'm so mad at myself that I've departed so much from my inner artist. And like looking at my old art portfolio, my from senior year, I'll show it to you when we get off. It's fucking good. I was like so talented and in touch with like there's like all these like I drew all these like feminine bodies and then brought in like I can't remember like what exactly my thesis was, but it was just like feminine and dark and like all these things that I also align with like super Scorpio of me at like 17 years old. And I'm like, this is cool. Like I was cool. And I know I still have aspects of that, but like it was more a pure form. Because what'd you say
Mhm.
before we got on something about like the child version of this inner child artist?
Yeah, well, that's the thing that, like, it's essentially connecting, like, if I was, like, describing it to somebody who doesn't wanna hear about inner child bullshit, like,
Mm-hmm.
you get it when I say the inner child energy, but, like, what the inner child energy is, or how I would break it down would be, like, that voice in your head that's free of judgment, shame, guilt. It's, like, this, like, energy that's already within you, but that gets, like, really muddled down from the world of just,
Yeah.
like, yeah, that, like, kind of, like, negative, like, low vibrational energy, kind of, like, coats it, like, it's like a beautiful, like, blue crystal clear lake that gets, like, polluted, and, like, what this
Yes.
book is saying is, like, we have to get the pollution out of the lake so you can, like, see clearly and, like, connect with that part of yourself, because I'll feel myself, like, connecting there, and then something will pop up of, like, "Oh, no," or, like, a judgment or, like, a this, like so it's, like, getting to know what those judgments are and, like, what that guilt is and, like, um, becoming aware of those patterns to then, like, catch it and then to then, like, stop it, essentially.
Yes. Yes.
Um
Wait, I love your lake analogy because think about it. It's like the source, our creative source is the lake. It's always there. But if it's muddied,
Yes.
you can't swim in it. So we can't swim. I can't swim in my creativity all the time because I'm so blocked off and Nina and I, for people listening, we're starting week 1 this week. So we're so early on, but we've read through the same pages and for me right now, the thing rocking me is the negative beliefs like the negative self-talk.
Mhm.
Th if you have that much like, the negative self-talk is the pollution. So it's like this one part where it says, "We make speeches to ourselves and other willing victims," in quotes. "I could do better. I could do that better if only, dot, dot, dot." So it's this
Mhm.
constant, like, game of, like, I could do that if X, Y, and Z falls in place, or if I was organized, or if I had the time, or if I was that type of person, or if I hadn't gone through these things. Like, for excuse, I guess, kind of. And then it says you could do it better if only you would let yourself do it. Affirmations will help you allow yourself to do it. An affirmation is a positive statement of belief. And if we can become 1/10 as good at positive self talk as we are at negative talk, we will notice an enormous change. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's it. It's like creeping, it's like battling that norm. Not everyone has negative self-talk. I do though, and I'm starting to really notice it
I
through
don't know,
reading all these things.
I'm at a point in life, and maybe this is, like, very biased, just of, like maybe this is just a judgment, but, like, if someone comes up to me and they're like, I don't have any negative self-talk," I'm like, "Either you're just completely unaware of it, or you're lying to me right now."
Yeah. Or
Like,
you've
there's
done a
no
shit ton of
way.
work.
Sure,
Yeah.
but even
But
then,
that's even then, yeah.
because,
It's like a battle. It's a constant battle, I think.
it's like, what I like about this book, and then, like, something I just, like, always intuitively connected with is you have become aware of the patterns and, like, what the negative self-beliefs are. Because
Mhm.
usually with people, like, it will be like a reoccurring theme going on, right? So your job is to become aware of that, and then you like, have the awareness, everything, but you pour all your energy and your time into strengthening the other side of you, into,
Right.
like, saying the things that are going to make the lake clean. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm not good at, you say, okay, like, the voice comes in, like, you're not good enough at this. Okay, well, you've been doing it for a week and you need to practice more, and that's okay. You're exactly where you need to be. And all of a sudden it,
Yeah.
like, quiets down, like, there's not really much that like guilt and shame voice can even like do when because it's not logical. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, it's
It's
emotional.
he's very much emotional.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. I love it though. I'm excited. I'm really excited, and I think, like, already 2 weeks into just picking it up, sifting through it, doing some of the morning pages. We can talk about morning pages, but, um, I've already getting a lot of downloads. So I'm just holding on to that. Like, I'm gonna trust it because this book is all about trusting the process of what this woman, her name is Julia Cameron, she's famous, from this, but it's all about trusting. If you do these steps, the things that will come out of it are miraculous,
yeah.
apparently. Parent alert, parent alert. So do it with us. Do it with us. I think, yeah, just like some of the downloads I've gotten, like the opening, I've been able to vision more for like what I want my studio and the shed to look like, the way that I will feel when I'm doing stuff in there and like getting
Yeah.
back to painting and all these things, and it's just like bubbling up. Like one of my girlfriends today checked in. We talk about art stuff a lot, and she checked in on like, how's your stuff going? How's this? What are your thoughts on the studio? Like, I saw the little pen drawing you did. It looked great. Like blah blah. And I'm like,
Oh, that pen drawing did look great.
and that came out of me right after I did morning pages one morning. And I don't, that seems so little and like not a big deal, but to me it's a big deal because I don't go to do that stuff anymore. That was something I would always be doing, and I've just lost it. I've lost so much of that part of me in it. Again, I feel a little sad about it.
Yeah, I feel sad as well. I mean, I used to like love watercolor. I would paint
Mhm.
with watercolor all the time, and I picked up watercolor like recently and I couldn't even do a good ombre anymore. And it was like so
Right?
disheartening. Like
I
I was literally
know.
just painting the background of what I was going to put on the actual paper, and like literally like my it's not like riding a bike. Like literally have to like
I
work back up
know.
the technique. But I'm with you with like the visions and the downloads. And also like there is a I've been spending a lot of time, like, thinking of myself, like, before like, when I was, like, just an artistic, like, kid, because my mom always had
Mhm.
me doing some artsy stuff, like, I was always painting or drawing or in dance classes or, like, putting together
Wanting to go to
outfits.
Michael's and doing all that shit. Yeah.
Exactly, so I was always doing this stuff, and it was so normal for me, and I'm, like, been trying to think back to, like, that person more. I don't know, I would say high school is like I mean, I still did art in high school and I loved it, but, like, I wasn't doing art outside of my art classes. Like,
Right.
I stopped, like, pursuing it on the side, I would
Well, it's
say.
really easy to be like, I have to do sports, I have to do my schoolwork, I have to socialize, like to get out. When a few weeks ago when I was with this same my girlfriend I'm talking about who checked in on me today, when I was with her a few weeks ago, we like did a whole art set up and did some fun like marbling on paper, and like it's a whole day's worth of work in a way because you have to like get everything out, you have to set up and then you have to do it all and then you have to clean up, and it's like working out or going to school. It's its own category of thing. So
Mhm.
it's not like not everything isn't as intense as that, but like it takes discipline, I think, as an adult to make it happen. Because as a kid, you're kinda, like, just floating through. You're like, "Might dabble in this thing over there, do that thing over there," and, like, it's still not prioritized, I think, for kids as much as it probably should be.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it
but
definitely isn't,
yeah,
like, how many public schools will cut art the first thing? Like, you know what I mean?
right?
Like, cutting
So
art is,
sad.
like yeah, it's not viewed as, like, a necessary part of society when it absolutely like, that is, I feel like, the most human part of like, a lot of
It should
what
be
we
main
do
one. It should be main topic
a
number
lot of
1.
the things that we do in this world are so meaningless when you get, like, to the end of life, you know what I mean?
I
But,
know,
like, when it
and
comes to creating and the ability to create, I mean, the highest paid people in the world are the highly creatives. You
mhm,
know what I mean?
mhm.
Like, there's a reason for that. It's the top of the value scale. Like, I think it's, like, implementations at the bottom. So, like, if you own a hotel, like, the, like, cleaning ladies, like, even though you literally can't run a hotel without, maids, that's like implementation and then like management and then there's something else, but then it's like the creative ideas person because that
Absolutely.
it is so valuable, but I feel like we've been taught to think it's not.
Yeah.
And the more I'm out in life and like doing stuff, the more I'm realizing how important it actually is. And I think that's another reason, like egotistically, that I was like, I need to do this book. Like, this is actually going to make me a more valuable person, like
Yeah,
to
for sure.
myself, but also like to this world that we live in.
Yeah, and you know what's, like, a cool thought too is, like, I think we're lucky to see how Michelle runs because she's so unique in the way that she's creative and, like, the way that she's not as inhibited by, like, social norms and things, like, my whole life. Like, she just kinda walks through, doesn't care. And I think that everyone there's probably more creative genius levels, like, people that are destined for things for sure. Some people are, like, also really, like, literal, analytical, whatever. I don't know. I don't know how to gauge it all. But I will say I think the blockage probably stops a lot of people from being able to create and run the way that they could be. Like, it's in so many people. It's just how much are
Well,
you people pleasing or blocked off or traumatized? I don't know.
no, literally. But
Right?
I would even argue, maybe not argue, but I would even, like, say the point that, like, even if you take the most, like, logical, analytical, like, crunch the numbers person, like, there is still a creative within
Mhm.
them. There is still a blocked energy there, even
100%. Yeah,
and,
that's what
like
I mean. Like, I don't even know how there's not even, like, a scale. It's just, like, its own thing.
yeah, but it's even saying, like, if someone came up to me and was like just like someone being like, "I don't have any negative thoughts." Someone be like, "Well, I'm just analytical." I'm like, "Who are you lying to right now?" Like, there
Yeah, true.
is that, like, having and it's not even like because 'cause we're talking a lot about, like, art, like, painting, but, like, I find my creativity in writing. Oh my god, I used to write journals and journals and journals, and then I
Right?
stopped wanting to get to know myself, I guess, went through some
Yeah.
and then but, like,
Take a
I
little
don't know. I
pause.
I started, like, years, so I don't know if a little pause it was a hiatus, but, like, it's, like, for me, it's, like, writing, it's fashion and, like, putting together
Mhm.
outfits. It's, like, doing photo shoots, like, I wanna get back into, like, modeling for fun and, like, instead of, like, modeling for a job, I want to do, I wanna get my hands dirty and do, like, painting. So it's, like, every aspect of creativity. I would even take a dance class right now. I wouldn't get back into
Right?
singing, I cannot sing, and that's just not where I need to put my time, but
Yeah.
like, I want to get and I've already, like I feel like I've already started dabbling in that. I think I've
Yeah.
been able to build some confidence this year in my creativity, which then
Yeah.
allowed me to pick up this book.
I was just
That
about to
was
say that. I
yeah,
think that's
that
part of
just
why we
downloaded.
started it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, like, to think that we're at, 0 is not true. I think we're 30% there, and I think that, like, we worked through that in maybe in some areas we're 30s, maybe some areas we're 50, maybe some areas we're 10. Like, there's all these different areas of creativity, and I think that, like, some things are easier than others. Like, I might be able to, like, do a little pen drawing, but coming up with, like, a new idea for my collection, I'm more blocked off on, or whatever the thing is happening going on in my brain. So, like, we have different things, and that is what's interesting about the, one of the prompts about, like, we were talking about that's really powerful is the, historic monsters
Mhm.
of, like, where is all of this doubt and blockage coming from in the past. So that's gonna be interesting to look back on.
You wanna okay, I'm gonna get vulnerable on here really quick
Do it, do
because
it, do it.
when I was writing, the first monster I thought of to write down was myself.
Yeah.
And then I was writing and I was like, "Is it me or am I just repeating past things that maybe I don't remember?" You know,
Mhm.
I do have that problem with, like, I don't have a lot of memories from my childhood. Like, I have, like, like, big memories here and there, but, like, when I talk to Sam and he's like, "And then when I was 3, I was like, "What the" like, I don't have that. And I do think that is, like, a good chance, like, trauma related. But when thinking about the monster, I was like, it was, like, very telling to me because I feel like I was always that person that would, like, pick up shame in my family. Like, firstborn, like, I was always the person that was like, "Oh, I'll carry it, no worries. Yeah, you guys just keep being yourselves,
Yeah.
completely unaware of everybody and anything else." And I think I've, like, actually internalized a monster within me that has and so, like, it was really hard for me to do that. I did come up with, like, 2 other stories, but or 2 other, like, monsters, but I could not think of a 3rd, and I was like, "Am I the monster?" And
Yeah.
it was very eye-opening, but I do believe that I am not inherently the monster.
No.
I think it's
No.
being repeated from past things, but it's definitely been internalized.
Yeah. I think that's a really self-aware, like, insightful, well said point because, yeah, I already can imagine I don't know what teacher from Catholic school I'm able to write their name down. Like, I don't know. I have the same way with memories, like, and it's very similar with Connor, where he remembers so much stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what I was doing when I was 11. Like, I don't
Yeah,
I don't know.
nothing.
Nothing's there. And when I went to spirit camp this summer, like, I had a lot of trouble with that because, like, you really focus on 0 to 13, and I'm like, "I don't know. This is the whole
Well,
point of the week, and I don't remember."
and that was my other epiphany with when we were talking to Julian, I was like, "How I feel so connected to my older self."
Yeah, totally.
I'm like, "Oh, that's
But me and
why."
you, we gotta tap back into this little baby version of
I
Nini and
know, and I have that
Cece.
resistance because it's like there's no way that I'm gonna tap into the good stuff without tapping into probably some hard stuff,
Exactly, exactly. But back to
and
your no, wait, what were you gonna say?
no, I don't remember now. I don't
Okay,
remember.
sorry. I just interrupted you, but
Typical, typical.
I know, sorry. I was gonna
Oh,
say that
man.
internalizing the monster thing as you just said it, but I just wanna reinforce that's not you. It's a million little moments and things at school and your parents and cousins and siblings and all these people that say one little thing or they're acting one way and then you adapt to those things. And then
Yep,
you tell yourself a story to protect yourself from the big story.
yep.
And so it's not like the authentic voice inside you, but yeah, you kind of realize it's coming from you now, not anyone else. There's no one sitting here telling you you can't do something. You're telling yourself that.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
keep
come from other shit.
and, the podcast I sent you, that authenticity one,
Mhm.
towards the end, she tells a beautiful story. I'll even link it on here if you guys it's very head in the clouds, it's very philosophical, but it's, like, very beautiful, and she talks very whatever. But she was
Mhm.
like she gets to a point of the story where she's like, "I had this realization that no one like, I'm the one that's perpetrating the story. I'm the one that keeps picking up the book and locking into that character that, like, I didn't even write, and then
Yeah.
I'm the one that's been continuously hurting myself. Like,
Mhm.
even though this event might have like, this specific event happened, and it happened, like, way back then, everything else since then that has caused me pain relating to that was my own fault." And I was like, "Oh my god, lady, are you"
Whoa.
ugh, ugh.
Yeah, that just gave me a major download.
It's kind of infuriating,
Cause,
but
cause really go ahead.
ugh, no, it's just like it made me really take a step back and think of like wh- what are parts of my story that I'm picking up that don't even belong to me because I know I have the tendency to pick up shame if no one else picks it up. I know I'll do that like
Yeah.
inherently and I'm like how many times have I fucking done that? And
Yeah, totally.
now I have to deal with it? Like I'm pissed.
100%. And I just like thinking about how, like, in a way, you get so when you're not that conscious, like we're like creeping into like higher levels of consciousness from all the things we're doing and everything. And that really brings all this awareness to like your patterns and what you're blocked off are on or like what you know your potential is. And I think there's something to say about like being a little addicted to the suffering because it's so familiar.
Mhm.
And like, I have a lot of story around suffering and, like, things that are, like, valid to some extent, but if you stay stuck in the story of it, man, you're just doing yourself, such a disservice, and it takes, like, great guts and courage to get out of that loop, I think.
Yeah, because in a way it does like a victim mindset really does serve you.
Yeah, it does.
And I
It lets you
think
off the hook.
and I'm now looking at like my life a little bit more. And guys, it's just from one chapter of the book, and we haven't even done all the exercises.
I know, man.
But it's just that like I'm seeing the pattern of like when I was like really turning my back on art and creativity stuff, I became an accounting major. I didn't do like any of that stuff and I was like totally disconnected from that side of me.
Mhm,
Um and it like aligns with what you were just saying.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
just
kinda pissed about it.
I think that's part of the grieving stages,
It
unfortunately.
is. It We'll get over it because it's all leading us to where we are right now, which is beautiful, but it's like, "Dang it, I should have been, like, listening to my little soul
Oh
more
my god.
than
No.
society and the pressure of money and business school and all this bullshit I didn't wanna be doing."
Yeah, one of the downloads I had driving home was like there used to be like I consider myself a confident person now, but like I
Mhm.
used to have unbelievable audacity with my
Yeah, me
confidence.
too. Me too.
Um
Isn't that
and
weird to think? Like, we're probably more confident in some ways now, but then in other ways, you look back and you're like, "Wow, you were just freaking going
no,
for it."
I was like I was truly delusional. There's one time. This is like a really funny story. You're actually going to die. I don't think I've told this to you before. I think I was in middle school, and it snowed. It snowed like at our like in Atlanta.
Mhm.
And I decided to go outside with my digital camera and build a snowman. And then my little sister, I believe, took photos of me because I was like, I want the pictures with the snowman. And I dressed up and I did the hat like solo, me, snowman that I built. Well, the pictures came out so good that I decided that everyone needed to see this. And this was like, I don't know if this was like pre social media or like the very, very beginning. This is before social media
Facebook.
was, yeah. But like, yes, there was Facebook, but like, it was like still baby social media time.
For sure, for
Like
sure.
social media was not taken seriously. So I was like,
Yeah.
that's not enough. So what I decided to do was print solo Christmas cards that I sent to every single family member and
Shut
friend
the fuck up.
that I could think of. And I'm hilarious, first of all, because this was also like satire to me. Like I thought this was so funny, but
It
at the
is
same time,
funny.
it's so fucking funny. But at the same time, I was like, I look so good. I need to send it everywhere. And
Obsessed, I'm obsessed.
I was 11 or like 12 or
You
something.
have to find one of these photos.
If anybody, please, anybody out there has this,
Holy
please.
shit, that's so
I,
legendary, but you're right, it is like this, like oh gosh, okay, one of the downloads I'm having too is, like, depending on your like, I love my family so much, and everyone is so funny and awesome, but, like, depending on the culture of your family, I will say there's one thing about ours. If you're trying to be cool, like, at any point in your life, in high school or college or just anything, there's this thing that comes up that's like, we're too cool for that. Like, whatever. And as a kid, if you're in the right environment, you don't have that thought, and that is so pure and beautiful and whatever. And that's one of those things, like, where it's like, you don't care what people think or what's cool or whatever. And then you become an adult and you actually realize that, like, that's a funny story, but like people out there doing stuff like that, they are the cool ones. They're not worried. They're not conforming. They're not trying to like think about all these things so hard. They're just being. And if through that humor comes out or whatever the thing is that's so like authentic to the person, to me that's just such a good story because it's a like
it's so
childlike
funny.
version of it. But like we should be doing a different version of that now. You know
But
what I mean?
that's the download that I had, and I feel like I have been tapping into that more and, like, putting
Yeah.
myself out there more, but I was like, if you went up to that girl and you're like, "Hey, listen, you gotta post on social media every day, and you gotta talk about this product that you made and everything," she would literally be like, "Oh my god, say less. Like, are you
Yeah,
joking?
exactly.
Are you
That's what I'm
joking?"
saying. I think
Like,
I want.
she's a star, and I'm like, "I
She's
need
a
to."
star. I know, and, like, I was like that too. I was, like, putting myself out there a lot more as a kid, like,
You
just
never gave a fuck.
no, and now I'm trying too hard to be, calm, cool, and cool. Like, I don't know what it is, like, I have my ego so in the way of, like,
Oh my god, I've come to the
letting
realization
that down.
I'm so cringy. I'm, like, borderline, like, what's the word?
You're
Like, they
not,
call.
though. You're
But I
not.
am. I mean, I do some things, I'm like, "Oh my god." Like, but I can be like a little like
I
be
don't see
editing a
it that
video.
way.
Well, thank God. But I'm gonna do it anyways, but, like,
Yeah, that's
I
good.
don't know. I think
I'm hoping I can get closer to that through this book, but I'm just realizing it about myself, like looking through all the years and like even like something as small as like I mean our regular personal Instagrams are like creative
yeah.
outputs and like I've always had engagement in that stuff and I've come like over the last 5 years less like now you guys might get one post for me it's partially because I started the Louis Vega Instagram and I like align with that more than just posting like photos of me and Connor all the time um but it's still when I look back I'm like that was authentic to me in the moment I'm not trying to like prove anything it just feels good to like put out this stuff and connect and I do it less and less now and I can't say it's because I care what people think. I can say it's because of this persona or like thing I'm trying to achieve, which is like private and I don't care and elusive. And I mean there's part of me that has that. I think I like the quiet confidence thing that we nailed down for me recently. I do think that that's a part of it. But I think I should and could be doing more and still it would be authentic.
I think so too. I also think that, like, you are, like, so warm and approachable and, like, kind, and, like, I mean, I could definitely still see you being intimidating for sure. But if anyone did approach you, like, you would be so warm and
Mhm.
kind. Like,
For
you
sure.
have that energy about you that I think would, like, really shine if you brought that out a
Yeah.
little bit more on socials and stuff. It's even just, like, sharing the stuff you like. I don't know. I'm giving advice, but also, like, listening to myself as I say it because
No, I need it. I
I'm
need
a
the
little bit
encouragement.
I'm a little bit on the same boat as you. But all that to say, like, I want the version of myself at the end of this book, and I want it more than I'm, like,
Yeah.
so tired of, like, the rhetoric that's going on in my head. I'm so tired of these stupid storylines that I don't
Right?
know where they came from because I don't have any fucking memories,
I know.
but I
I know, it's
but, like
annoying.
but I also, like, don't care where they came from. If I find it out and I
Exactly.
have to find it out, whatever, but, like, I wanna put that story down, and I wanna start writing this new story of, like,
Yeah.
who what this how this person approaches creativity and things like that. Um, wait, let's talk about morning pages
Yeah, I wanna
because I
hear
feel like
how
that's,
that's
like
been for you.
so guys,
Also,
so
how
more
yeah, explain it and then tell me what format you're doing it because this is such a and then I'll give you one of my classic symptoms, which is so something I'm trying to break through. Go ahead.
well, I'm sure I have one too.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so we dabble into this book. We want you guys to do it with us, if you're up for the challenge. So it is a lot. It's pretty much like a workbook. Um, you read a chapter once a week. You read a chapter. At the end of the chapter, there's like a bunch of questions that you go through, or pretty much like
We
open-ended
call them
journal.
tasks.
Yeah, open-ended journal prompts is what the tasks are. One of those tasks is like a physical task where you have to take yourself on an artist date, which is pretty much a solo date that does something to feed your inner child or inner artist. You go to like a playground if that's what you want to do to have fun. If you can go to like an art store and pick out stickers or take yourself to like an art museum if that's going to feed you. Like you do stuff that you would want to take your small self to
By
entertain
yourself. You
by
can't bring
yourself
anyone.
or a dog or anything. Like you don't like you are essentially like taking out your inner child. So that's one of the tasks, but one of the daily tasks that is absolute non-negotiable and that everyone has said really great things about is this thing called morning pages, which is essentially right when you wake up, you sit down with a journal and you write down 3 pages worth of just like stream of consciousness. Like whatever's on your mind right when you wake up and you just start writing, 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 and then there's, like, a part of it where, like, at the end, you should, like, combat the negative rhetoric, like, give an opposite reaction if you're saying, like, "I feel like shit," and just being like, "You are amazing." Oh, no, whatever, that was bad, but
Yeah. I know what you mean.
there's an aspect to that too, but it's pretty much just 3 pages of stream of consciousness.
It can be literally anything. It can be like, "I'm so tired today, blah, 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 blah," for 3 pages. There's no it doesn't have to have anything, and I think that's important because it feels really intimidating of like, I don't have this many thoughts for every single day that I wake up, but it doesn't have to be. It could be like I'm staring at the ceiling and I'm seeing white wood and a little bit of it's peeling in the corner. And then when I look over there, there's a book and the bind is red. Like it can be literally anything as long as it's words on a page for 3 pages.
Yeah, and stream of consciousness, and then the whole thing is, like, you put it on there, you never read it again. Like, it's just meant to, like, get it out of your brain. I mean, my handwriting is so shitty in there, like,
Me
I couldn't
too.
even reread it if I wanted it to. It's, like, pretty much
Mhm.
cursive, but just not.
Just blah,
Um,
blah, blah.
just blah, blah, blah. But I've been doing it now for, like, I think 5 days, but I didn't do it Saturday, Sunday, which I'm supposed to. So I'll hit that. I'll do it next week. I was sad that I didn't do it. I wasn't
Yeah.
proud of myself about that. But how's that been going for you?
I would say good and the same. Like, I'll skip a day and then I'm mad and then I do it at night, which I think is better than not doing it. But,
Sure.
like, if I roll over and look at my phone instead of doing that first, I'm already a step behind and then I just get yeah. So, I gotta get the discipline down and, like, be really good because the days I have done it, it's been great, and I think
That's
things are
good.
floating in, feels really good. This is what's funny, this is a thing to notice and just mark in my like, mark through this, is, like, I keep overthinking, like, "What journal do I wanna put in? If I put it in this one, am I gonna run out of pages? Am I supposed to rip these out and put it in the envelope like I said to do?" Like, I'm trying to do it right, and it's
Yeah.
just such a classic me pattern of, like, "Is my handwriting good enough? Are these pages big enough? What am I" like, it's, like, so missing the point, and I hope, over time doing that and as I fill up this random journal that I've been using, like, I'll stop giving a fuck because that is a symptom of the inner monster that's playing out through my entire life. So it's like, as I overthink these things, it stops me from doing X, Y, and Z that I wanna do. So it's like, if I keep thinking about not doing it in the right size journal and on the right size page and not with the right pen, at the right time of day, I'm not gonna do it at all. So right now I'm just trying to do as much as I can in any shape or form and just sending it. And then over the next few weeks, I hope that I just like stop caring. Like hope that that's one of my hopes is that like that voice of my head is like dialing back down.
That's so
Is that
interesting.
so stupid though?
Well, I respect you, but yeah. Like,
Yeah, it
it
is.
is.
It's just like, why
Like,
am I like those are part of things I can write down though. Like it's all just one fluid way of looking at yourself. It's so much deeper. Like I think we're getting kind of deep on here, but like if you guys do this, once you start reading through this shit, it's like therapy. It's much deeper than like than a singular output.
yeah, and I think I believe that there's many forms of therapy out there, like
For
talk
sure.
therapy and being with like a physical person. Like there's benefits to that, but like you can, if you want to be a better person, if you want to like have a more well-rounded attitude about life, like you can do that on your own. I've
With
had
a
a lot
book
of yeah,
and a
I've had
pen
a
and
lot of
paper.
success. Exactly, I've had a lot of success. It reminds me of what Julian said was like turn to your higher self, don't ask your neighbor type thing, and
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
so no, I've had similar experiences. My bad habit that I do when I wake up in the morning is the first thing I do is grab my phone. And I've had this habit now where it's like in the dark room, like the phone light like actually helps me wake up. And that is an excuse, but it's also actually working. And I don't want that anymore. I think I'm at a point too where I'm like, and I wrote about that this morning actually, was because I was like, I'm annoyed that I was on my phone this morning. Fucking hate my phone, but I love my phone.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I'm annoyed. I hate writing this. This is so stupid. Da-da-da. Like I literally was just like,
That's
but
good.
I,
That's kind of the point, I
I
think.
got a lot of negative thoughts first thing in the morning is what I'm
Right.
realizing.
Get them
But
out. Get them out
y-
onto the paper.
yes, it's so nice to get them out though. But no, I'm at a point where I like want, and I'm glad we're having this conversation because I forgot about this, but I'm gonna buy an alarm, like an alarm clock.
Get the
I'm like,
hatch.
yes, yeah, the one with like the
Ever
sun. The thing is, I sleep with like an all blacked out eye mask. It's not really gonna help me.
No, but it's
But
supposed to be like the way that it wakes you up and it has other things on it. I've just heard really good things about it. I don't know. Ask
okay,
chat what alarms are out there, but I've heard hatch is the best one. Has
okay,
white noise you can put on, like different versions of that. Like has all these different little things. But like even with an eye mask, even if it might light up a little bit, it still might creep in through your thing, you
yeah.
know?
I mean,
Or once you take the
anything.
eye mask off, like it might be a good ambiance. I don't know.
Oh, you're right, and that's like my whole thing is the phone light is what's helping me wake up. So that's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what I need to do.
And then put the phone in the other room because I have the same thing. I have like
That's what I need to do because like
FOMO of the East Coast vibe on my phone when I wake up in the morning. You guys are so ahead and I have all these emails and I have texts from people. And as soon as I see all that, I get so fucking overwhelmed. I'm behind that I shut down for like 2 hours and I like make my problems even worse. I'm such a self-sabotager. It's crazy. I love
oh
it
yeah.
though. I love the cycle. I love the vicious cycle of just being depressed.
God, I love to suffer. It's so nice. It's so
I
tasty.
love to suffer.
No, but
It's
that's like
actually is crazy though, like the way that I play it. I'm just like, this is, I think, gonna be like me and you, I think, do well with this. Like, these are guardrails and accountability things, which is like the podcast and doing a book like this together. Like, everyone can do well in that, like, kind of community setting because just trying to do it yourself with everything else going on, it is hard, I will
yep.
say.
You have to cut through so much noise.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I think this is like the perfect thing for us. So everyone else, fucking do it with us. Let us know what you think. Start it, sign up for it. It's gonna be good. This is the book.
And this is
If you're
I'm
watching.
yes. And this is the one time that I will say this because usually I'm like, oh my God, tell us about your experience. I don't want to hear about if you've done this already, don't
Hmm.
tell us anything
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, yeah. I
yet.
like that
Like
because we need to have our own
respect.
fresh,
Yes.
outputs of what happens and take
Yeah,
them as they come.
I think I wanna take this it's kinda like starting a business if, like, you knew all the things that entailed starting a business, you would never fucking do it.
Yeah,
So I think it's one of those things where I'm like, I just wanna take it chapter by chapter, week by week, hold myself as accountable as possible,
yeah.
and anticipate that I will do this many times throughout my life, and
100%. It's
just
not
go
a
at it
one and
like that.
done. Okay, wait. Let's end on what do you think your artist date will be this week?
That's a really good question. I don't know, I've kinda struggled with that too. 'Cause I feel like I mean, this is not it's not silly, but if I'm like I was thinking about things that I usually do in my life that, like, kind of feed
Already
the it.
are?
Yeah.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
that are already like kind of fall into that category artist dates. If I have to get ready for an event and I get to get ready for like 3 hours and like shower and do all my routine and then play with my makeup and then put my hair together and
The
then put on the
best ever.
outfit and then take pictures and like do TikToks, like that is like so soul filling for me.
I fucking love that.
But I do think that my artist date this week will be going to a Michael's, like bringing it back old
Yeah,
school, like what I did when I was a kid,
I
and
love that.
going and finding some art task that's not too overwhelming. Like I'm not looking for like a Picasso level. Like maybe I'll just buy one canvas and like three paint colors and just create something from that.
You could even get like a little coloring book. Like you could start even simpler, like something that's like no pressure, like follow the whatever. It could be so just to get your hands moving in color and do these things so that it's not like I have to create this thing all of a sudden, you know? Like,
Honestly, I don't know why, but I'm more off put by the coloring book because I've had coloring
really?
books. Yeah, just like it's two in the box.
Okay, so you
And
want the
then
freedom. You want the freedom.
yeah, because then it becomes task oriented to me, and then it becomes I
Gotcha.
have to
Okay.
finish this, and then it becomes a little bit too like it's kind of like the paint by numbers thing that some
Totally.
people do,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. I've never
that.
even done that, but that doesn't do it for me.
No, that would just like drive me insane, and then it would
Yeah.
just be like this very like mind numbing type thing where I'm trying to like bring something out, and I think I just need to like throw some paint on a
There
canvas
you
and just
go.
see
I
what
love it.
happens. So I think that's
Fuck
gonna be
yeah.
my artist date this week.
Good, 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 good shit.
What about you?
I I am dabbling with a few things. I might even go to like this is stupid, but like this isn't that creative. It's actually like maybe whatever. But I kind of want to go to like a Staples or
Okay.
like an Office Max and like refresh my like not art supplies yet. Like I don't think I'm there, but I want to refresh like my pens and my notebooks and like get stuff for journaling and like whatever because clearly that's bothering me. It's bothering me how I'm doing it, so I'm gonna try to like accept and lean, but also do a little bit of that. So I'm gonna do that.
Oh, I
And
like that. Because it's
yeah,
like,
like
what if little Caroline came up to you and like little Caroline is literally telling you, like, I don't like the system that we
I
have. I'm
know, I
stressed out.
know, I know.
And
So I'm gonna try to listen to it because also as a kid, I had so much anxiety like starting the first week of school every year. And the thing that would give me like hope and whatever would be those dates with my mom of like getting new pencils,
oh
getting
my
new
God, getting
binders.
the
Like I
binders.
loved that
Yes.
stuff. And it would give me this sense of control over the thing I had major anxiety for, which was starting school. Like I was a kid the first week of school that like couldn't eat. I was so nervous. Like, and once I got in the rhythm, I was fine, but I just fucking hated that. And I have really good memories of those, um, what do you call that? Office supply stores,
No,
like
that's actually
Target. Like
yeah, no, that's
maybe
such
I'll
a
do
good
Target
point.
because Target will have like all this stuff, but also I could get like some stickers and like different things. I don't know what store I'll
I
hit,
I have
but
stickers on my list for Michael's because I want to put stickers
yes,
in my journal. I just want it to be like
exactly.
more like fun, like it just like
Childlike.
childlike. Yeah.
Not so serious. So yeah, I think I'll do that. But I have a lot of artist date ideas. I do think that I'm lucky that when I reflect on my lifestyle out here and like Connor works so much um in the afternoon, so I'm alone a lot. Like I have some girlfriends and I see people, but I'm not like the most social person. I kind of like save my energy up for visitors or trips and weddings and stuff I go to. And on the weekends, like I fly solo a lot of the weekend. So I'll go to the beach. I mean, I have Louis with me and stuff sometimes, but a lot of times I'm alone. Like even just to drive, like I'm a big like get in the car, put
Mhm.
the windows down, sunny 75, like the downloads and shit I get when I'm alone doing that, that all counts as artist date to me. So I think
That's how
that's
what
going to
I'm
be my
saying too.
yeah, that's going to
Yeah.
be my strong suit cuz I'm already comfortable in this, but like and last weekend I went to the thrift store that I haven't been to in a while and like stuff like that. I have a lot of ideas. So I think that that will be in a way easy for me
I
compared to
agree with
everything
you.
else. Compared to
Yeah.
everything else.
I'm on the same boat as you because yeah, like spending a day where I go get my nails done, then go to Michael or go to
Right?
Marshalls or something like that's I'm already good at taking care of myself in
That's
that
where the
like
magic's at.
yeah, in that like physical way. Like I'm very good at that. I'm gonna get my hair done this weekend
Yes, me
too. Like
too. Me
those are
too. Saturday.
oh
Oh,
those are all things that like already feed me. So I feel like I'm already good at that, but I definitely want to get more into like painting and actual like
yeah,
bringing
more
like
arty.
Yes, there's certain things I wanna bring back up, but, no, it's been
And the intention. I think, like, reading this while we do things that we already do, but the intention behind it might change the way it feels when we're doing it.
I think it's gonna change my perception more because I remember, like, being a kid and going get my nails done and, like, playing with, like, the massage chair and, like, being, like, so enthralled with all the colors and, like, picking a fun color and, like,
Right?
I do a lot of, like, neutrals and stuff now. That's gonna be actually really hard for me to break, but I did go
But even
red.
your red,
I
like, you can
know,
do
this
and,
is
like,
big for me.
fall, you can go plum, you can, like, go forest green, like, those are still colors without not with still being, like, moody and or more
Yeah, but it's just like, yeah, I
elevated.
think you're right. I think it's like the perception of like I'm doing this like with my inner child and just like having that curiosity come through and allowing that to come through and not like shutting that up. Like if I go to
Yeah.
Starbucks, like let me get a little cake pop. You know what I
There
mean?
you go. There
Like
you
let
fucking
me
go.
if I'm on an artist date, then like someone's gonna get a treat. You know what I
Ex
mean?
Absolutely,
So
and I think the way that that was um, well received for me in the book was about the morning pages and journaling are the output, and maybe some of the, like, artwork that we start incorporating, that's all output. The artist date is supposed to be about what you get inputted, like, you're taking other people's art, other things out in the world, and you're taking that in, and then that is, like, we're calling it downloads. I think that's just like our word for the pod. But like you'll probably be walking through the art store thinking so differently than you would have if you just randomly went to Michael's a year ago with none of this context.
if I went a year ago, it would be like, I need to do this thing for work. I have to create this. Like, oh,
Mhm.
this could be a vibe for.
Task.
Yes, I would be thinking more of like, how is this going to serve me and like business and like I would just be being very adult about it. I guess you
Yeah.
could say, like, oh, this might be too messy. I don't want to be too messy. Like, and now it's like, no, let me just go find something fun. So
Yes.
that's what I'm going to try out this weekend. And another thing that I will add is I usually am I got a lot of friends here in Atlanta. So like people always hit me up, very
Busy.
social and everything. But when it comes like fall, winter time, like while I still do a lot, I'm definitely feeling my like hermit come back out where it's like I'm ready to like kind of like retreat in myself and not like hunt down plans like how I would in the summer. So I feel that coming out. Even though
Perfect
I have
timing though, right?
yeah, I
For
exactly.
this.
So
Because this
like
is
I'm
gonna take some like Saturday mornings and
mhm.
Sunday evenings of like doing these prompts. And it's not like you can't do all 10 of them in one day. So like the whole point is like I probably need to do two tonight. We're already on
That's what
Tuesday.
I've been doing them before bed because, like, usually I'll
Yeah.
scroll before bed. So, like, I've been thinking of, like, the times a day, not during work and stuff that I couldn't do that, but, like, the times a day that I'm, like, doom scrolling essentially,
Yeah.
like, in the
Replace it.
morning yeah, replace it with this. So, like, before bed, like, sometimes I would, like, get on my phone and scroll, um, to, like, wind down, which is, like, not a wind down.
Yeah.
Wouldn't recommend. So now I've just been doing that and, like, picking it up and then just, like, doing what I can, then going to bed. And then also, I've had a lot of vivid dreams.
Mhm. Me too.
And I've just been, like, very like, going to bed with, like, these things in mind and, like, experiencing I mean, I had a dream last night where I was, like, literally, like, watching a hype video of myself as a child, like, losing creativity. I was getting, like, mad for this. And I was
Whoa.
no, I know. It was, like, very weird.
Processing.
Yes, I was, like, literally processing shit in my dream about my
Uh,
creativity and, like how we were talking about anger in the beginning of the episode,
Yeah.
feeling very angry. I'm about to go
Whoa.
work out after this, and I think I'm gonna channel that as well
Fucking
for the
release
workout.
that shit. Yeah, I'm just remembering I had a dream. Can't remember anything other than like my brain scanning a table with a Louis Vegas sample on it. So someone was using it for something. That was definitely a dream. I didn't see that today. So stuff like that. Who fucking knows
Yep.
what that means, you know? I think it was cosmic candy, so maybe it was a sign that today was gonna go the way. I don't know, you know? These weird things happen. You gotta just
Um,
you
yeah,
gotta
l
dream.
and we gotta share all of our synchronicities and everything too.
I know, I can't wait. It's crazy though.
Okay, well, fellow listeners, we love you.
Love you
Th
so much. Thanks for
th
joining us.
yeah, thank you for coming on this journey with us. If you have any interest in this, buy the book, do it with us. Oh, I don't know, we'll probably do a catch up, like, once a month, I
Yeah,
think.
talking about this. I think that's
Yeah,
good.
and I'm sure we'll hit on it and catch ups in the beginning of
Yeah.
other episodes and stuff. But, yeah, follow along with this, and if you don't wanna do this yet, just and you're curious, just
Yeah.
keep listening. It's,
Just
like,
keep
no
listening.
pressure.
I love you.
I love you too. Okay. I know, this is
I
seriously
love our
therapy.
energy today. I feel like we were like really seated. We were just like
Yeah,
seated and grounded and like
I'm just feeling nice.
I'm just feeling nice and grateful
Yeah,
and fall vibes.
I'm feeling very humbled too, I think.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know. We got so much to do. We have so many
Uh,
places to go. But even remember, like, a few weeks ago when we were one of our catch-up episodes, we were talking about, like, sweaty soup? That feels so long ago, and it
yeah,
felt so different. The air felt so different.
I know. I
Like,
know.
seasons are so powerful.
They really are. And I get really in tune with them, like,
Me
internally.
too.
Like, I
Me
truly
too.
feel like I'm going back into my hermit.
Yeah.
I'm, like, saying bye to all my friends. I'm like, "I'll see y'all." Because come
Yeah.
January, February, no one will hear from me.
Yeah,
Do not reach
totally.
out to me,
Nope. That
except for you.
January and February are my most 2 depressed months.
Exactly. Oh, we're gonna have some good content for
We're gonna
those.
have some good dark shit on here. Wait, Neen, random, and then we'll hang up, but do you have CoStar, the app?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you let's add each other in friends. I wanna see what our, celestial alignments are.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay,
We'll
I'll
do
try to
that
add
after
you on
this.
there.
Okay, I
Okay.
love that.
Alright.
Okay,
Love you guys.
love you guys. Peace out. Like, subscribe, do whatever. Okay, bye, guys. Bye, C. Love you.
Bye.